Not just something you give and receive, love is what you are.
Hello, this is Tony Clarkson at the Sanctuary of Healing, and I'm here today with my good friend Michael G. Reccia, my friend and colleague. And today's topic is love. And it's a strange one because actually love isn't what a lot of people conceive love to be. I remember when I was starting on my spiritual path, somebody told me that love is light in action, and I thought that was a really good definition. But I'm here with the master, so I hand over to Michael, who perhaps will comment on that. Love, is it light in action?
It is light in action, but it's also a deeper concept than that, isn't it? We look at love and we think of romantic love.
Yeah.
And a lot of our films and TV programs and novels and the stuff that you'll find on the internet is to do with romantic love, as though that is an encapsulation of love. That's what love is all about. That's an expression of love. That's an outer expression of love, isn't it? That we colour for our own ends in many ways, because we want security, we want to be with someone. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's only a pale reflection of what love actually is. Love, I think we both agree, at its core is divinity.
Yeah.
And divinity is an energy that we are part of. And the expression, the way that divinity expresses himself, herself, itself, is through that energy, through love. So love is not something that we can choose to give to someone or not at core. It's what we actually are, because we're part of the divine. And love is, on the surface, gets perverted, doesn't it? We think that it's okay to control someone. That's not love. We think that it's okay to make someone in our own image, to change them. That's not love.
No.
Love is allowing another person to be who they are, to express their freedom, to express their points of view. And love, as you say, light in action, is also a means by which we can remind others of their spirituality, remind others that they are love at core. Because you can have someone who's extremely loving, and they are love, and you can have someone who's hateful or deceitful or manipulative, but they are also love at core.
So just so that we understand this, I think what we're saying is that our metaphor for love is often on a relationship basis.
Yes.
With people around you, family, with the one you love,
Yes.
go through life with.
Yes.
And that actually it's an awful lot more than that. And the way that we express it in our relationships can be conditional and unconditional.
Yes, indeed.
And that sometimes people put a lot of conditions on a relationship, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And that's not love, is it?
No, they want a person to act in a certain way.
Yeah.
Or to conform to what their ideal of love is. But there are greater implications to love as well, because love is also a tool. It's a divine tool. It's a creative tool.
Yeah.
And that light is a creative tool. And we can send out that light to those that we see as perhaps not loving the rest of humanity. And our initial reaction to people who perhaps seek to control us or make us think in a certain way is to be negative towards them, is to be perhaps violent in our thoughts towards them.
Yeah.
I'll get even with this person. How dare they act in this way? If we send light to them, the love that we really are to them, we change our vibration from their vibration so that the effects of their actions can't reach us. But we also stimulate the love that they have at core within themselves. We give them enough energy, if enough of us send out love and light to them, to review the way that they're acting and to think from the heart and not from the head.
That's so important, isn't it? So, and it's such a hard lesson for people to understand.
Yes, because it sounds like it's a soft thing to do.
Yeah.
you know, to
Yeah.
love your enemies.
Yeah.
And how many of the spirits that have come to teach us over the centuries have said, love your enemies. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
Because in loving them, you open them up to what they really are. And once they realize what they really are, they can't act from a surface condition that harms other people. They can't do that.
How do you do it?
How do you do it? How do you
How
send
do you
out
do it?
light
Yeah,
to them?
that's
Well, of
what-
course, we talk about meditation a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
And we teach people to meditate.
Yeah.
And we've taught people to meditate on this channel. You become still. You move your consciousness from the head down to the heart. And then you send out, you stream out light. You tap into the divine that you are. And you send out love from that heart as a projection towards the people and situations that you wish to love better.
And it's hard, isn't it? Because your emotional body and your mind body will be saying, get even,
Yes,
don't do this.
yes, yes.
So there'll be aspects of you that you have to get over to be able to do that.
Yes, but it's the only way.
Yeah.
People do not grow and progress into a loving state through having aggression or resentment sent towards them. They can only progress into a loving state by remembering who they are.
Yeah.
And so the love that you send from your heart
Right.
is an aid to that.
I get it.
It strengthens the love that they have within them,
Yeah.
and it reminds them of who they are. And once they're reminded of who they are,
I get
they
it.
cannot act in the way that they've been acting.
So it's a state of being.
It's a state of being.
And if you have to put your body back into that state of being,
Yes.
and then everything else just falls into place.
Yes. It's also a matter of living from the standpoint of love.
Yeah.
I mentioned earlier that it can look like a soft thing to do, like
Yeah.
a soft-hearted thing to
Yeah.
do. But if you act from a position of love, then those things about society that do not sit well with that position of love, you have to be strong enough to express.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you give in to peer pressure, if you want an easy life, then you're not necessarily loving people. Loving people is saying, look, this is my expression of life. I express myself this way because I believe from my spiritual core that this is how I should live.
Right.
This is what I want. And these are the things that I should do and not do. And so you live by example. And you need to be, if you want to express love and you want to change things here, to be strong enough to say, if I go along with you, I'm not loving you. I'm not doing you any favors. I'm simply strengthening your position, which to me is a physical and mental position and not a spiritual position. And I believe that the spiritual position is where you should be operating from. You will find bliss there. You will find direction there. You will find comfort there. You will find the correct way to react to other people there. And so I am giving you the option by living in my way and holding that position as an example to you to either accept or reject. But I do this in love and I do this in the strength of the divinity within me in order to make a difference here for the better.
Wow. Wow. I can see that, Michael. And so if you were, we know the logic of it, if you could say something to the viewers on how they could put this into day-to-day life.
Yes.
Just say one simple step that's doable.
It is to loosen your head-mind hold on yourself and move down into the heart. And of course, this is something that we're going to do as one of the modules in the course that's coming up.
Yeah.
So we will take you through 6 stages of putting yourself in touch with the heart. But you can, in the meantime, imagine that there is a stream of light energy flowing into your heart from the great beyond and from within you, and then stream out that energy, direct it as love, not with any conditions attached to it, but as love, to those situations and individuals that you see as doing harm to others at the moment. Stream it out to them. See it surrounding them, enveloping them. See them becoming lighter, more illuminated as you send that love out to them. And then see it reaching into their heart. So you're making a heart to heart connection in love. You are donating energy, love energy, divine energy from your heart to their heart. And see their heart becoming inspired to do the right things, to say the right things, to act in the right way, to consider others, to recognize that others are part of themselves and must be treated accordingly.
And I think if you make that first step, the unconscious mind, the serious part of the mind, eventually gets it, what you're trying to do,
Yes.
and applies it to a lot wider area.
Yes.
I think privately I told you the story of Father Peter that comes to the sanctuary, and he blesses, he walks down a street and he blesses everybody and everything as he's going. That's how he sees things with his eyes, and he's blessing all the time. And he sees that seems to have an effect on the people around him.
Yes. And it's in doing that, it's an acknowledgement
Yeah,
of the God in someone else. The God in me recognizes the God in you.
yeah,
And therefore, because that is my viewpoint of you, you will react to me from that viewpoint.
and that is an act of love, isn't
Yes,
it? Yeah,
not from
yeah.
any destructive viewpoint, because I am recognizing the most powerful point of you. And that's the way that you will react to me and to others.
At my deepest level to your deepest level.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Sweeping away the illusion of all the aspects that we put on life that are of no use, that are not important, and that are detrimental to
yeah,
us.
yeah,
And getting back to the basic of we are spirits, we recognize that, we are part of God, we recognize that,
Yeah.
and we love each other.
yeah.
And what a difference that makes to the world.
Wow. Michael, you just touched on the fact that we're going to put together a course on how to live Joseph
Yes.
message and how to live spiritually.
Yes.
And just before we end this video, I wonder whether you could, in one sentence, just explain to the viewers exactly what
the
will be on
course,
that.
will
One
be.
sentence.
Over 36 to 40 years, I've been taught an awful lot about meditation, about connecting to the heart. And I've taught meditation and connecting to the heart. And I've communicated with a soul group for a great number of years. And they have imparted wisdom that we've got, of course, in the Joseph books. It's time to pass all that on to you so that you don't need me to talk to you by the end of the course. You will know how to connect to your heart. You'll know how to connect to others correctly. You will know how to approach the higher vibrations. You will know how to listen to the God within, and you'll know how to make a difference in this world for good. So I suppose that's a long sentence, but that's our aim, isn't it?
Beautifully put, as
That's
usual.
our aim.
Yeah. Okay, and we're all very excited about it because it's basically a moving on and saying, over to you.
Yeah.
We've the philosophy has come through, Michael, on the 8 books. We're going to present the course on YouTube, and then it's over to you. Do the work. That's what it's all about. Understand it, do the work. And so, Michael, on that note, thank you so much for coming
Thank
here
you as
today,
always, Tony.
and your most eloquent way of putting things.
It's very kind.
It's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
And so to the viewers, thank you for watching this. And I do hope you will be as excited about the course as we are. And so from both of us here, God bless and thank you very much for watching.
God bless. Take care.